Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of COVID Sessions here. It's a Sunday night. Everything is going well. Everything is going great. But we have a nice guest today. And we're also going to add a little segment today that I call Current Events. As you can see, we're going to expand this format to the political realm, but also into any type of realm that we feel is important to speak on. There's a lot of information that's coming out. And myself, I am very quick to get it because I read all day. And we just want to express it out to people. So what's going to happen today is we're going to start off with Mrs. Reyna of Emotion Dance Company. We're going to touch base with her, find out what she's been doing during this pandemic, how she's been dealing with everything else. Then from there, we're going to jump a little bit to these current events and just go move forward. Next week coming up, some hitters are coming. So I will be having them flyers out soon, and you'll see that. But let's go ahead and start with Mrs. Reyna. Bring her out.
Yes, Miss Reyna.
Miss Reyna. Sorry.
Yes, it's okay.
SS, okay? Don't
yes, that's it.
How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Bored as can be, but we developed a talk show, so it's quite entertaining now. And as you can see a minute ago, it's fun. It's on your feet.
You gotta be quick on your toes. I like that.
Yeah, it's fun. It's interesting because it keeps you motivated, it keeps you going, you know. And the ideas that were expressed through this are people are starting to like it, so we're just trying to branch out. I believe you're our first Bachata dance company director on the show, so thank you very much.
Ooh, amazing.
Yes. What have you been doing?
Well, I have been teaching on Zoom like a mad woman. I think a lot of us have been living on Zoom pretty much. I don't even like to see someone in person anymore.
Right.
But I've been teaching on Zoom. I've been offering a million extra classes. So it's like I'm not technically working in the studio, but I feel like I'm working so much more.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm just trying to keep my students motivated so that when we come back, we don't feel completely like we've digressed. So
that's a good point. Question is, when are we coming back? So
I know, right? Well, the studios are starting to open back up, but it's because it's going to be such a different experience for everybody. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking to studio owners in different countries now, we're actually getting a glimpse of how they're going, their progression versus us. Now, how's the transition from online been to you? Because I know you're a big studio person. You have massive amount of training, ballet, jazz, everything. So that lifestyle, how did it go from I'm always at the studio to damn, I'm at my house teaching in the living room? Like, how's that going?
At first, I was loving it. I thought it was so awesome. I'm like, I don't have to drive to the studio. Not having to drive to work in LA is kind of awesome. So I'm like, I felt like I could, you know, be even like watching and being able to spotlight people's videos. It's like a new, exciting format. And I think that like initially my classes were popping. I had so many people in my classes. It was so much fun. That was like first month. Second month, I'm like, this is pretty cool, but I got to start integrating some new things because it can get kind of boring not having somebody, you know, next to you. And now I'm just pretty ready to move forward. I'm very appreciative of it because I think that it does allow for us as instructors to reach out to different people that we wouldn't normally be able to because of wherever they live or because of schedule. But other than that, I'm pretty over it. I'm going to be real.
I like that. Hashtag over it, E.
I'm over it. I'm super over it. I miss being able to like amp people up with my energy and feel their energy. Not having that is a bummer, but I think that it's cool because I've really been able to, as a student, I've been taking a lot of online classes and I've had that experience.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's really good to hear. Some of the discussions we've been having here is how to stay motivated. God, you said that, motivate your students, even motivating yourself. That is freaking difficult because
you know, we're looking a little bit fluffy and I'm like, I don't want to come back to the studio and I'm like, I haven't been working out the same. I haven't been running my routines. I wasn't motivating myself at first. And now I'm like, okay, it's real life. I have to come back and I'm not looking or feeling my best. So,
well, everyone thought it wasn't going to be as long as it is now. But as you can see, the behavior in the city and everything else,
Here we are. And now the second wave is coming, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, you saw that they shut down bars and everything, so that's something we're going to talk about in current events to come up. But studios are still functioning; they're treated like fitness clubs. So, what do you think is one of the most important things when you go back to the studio? What are you going to look for?
Well, for me, I know that it's really important that my students are practicing social distancing in their personal life, because just coming into the studio and wearing a mask and like being super hygienic and sanitary is only half of it. The other half of it is just like making sure that you're not exposing yourself outside of the studio. So when you come in, you're respecting everybody around you and making sure that there's just like, you know, as little opportunity as possible to give it to anybody. But I've been seeing some pretty interesting things on social media of like little secret socials that have been happening.
Oh, you want to get there? Oh, snap.
I would like to say that I personally would like to condemn whoever's decided to do this. Hashtag called out, hashtag get out of her way, or whatever it was.
Yes. Yes. Well, I was waiting to talk about this later, but
okay. Forget about what I did.
No, hold on. This is the part about, you know, talk shows and this informative stuff we're getting. We're getting more newsy, you know, we're getting more like current events and stuff. But this is what the whole basis of this is about. To have these conversations, because you know you're a performance person, you're in the clubs, you're a figure in the scene, you're always at social events, so you have the right to talk. You know, you're part of this, and people who are throwing these events, they're not major players, they're just normal people doing it. So
I find it irresponsible in every way.
Yeah,
I think we should stop doing that so that we can really come back and really come social dance again.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, I want to social dance. I've been invited to several events already. I'm even gonna go to an outdoor one just to look, because I actually want to record.
So you're those people that are out there dancing with people right now?
I'm not going to dance. I'm literally going to go investigative journalism to go see how they do it, what it is. I haven't gone to no events like that, no clubs, no nothing. But I get invited to them, you know. I guess I want to see what I think, whatever. I guess, you know. So I want to go see. I want to go give people a benefit of the doubt. But after what happened today and all this closures, it's kind of sad. You see the mentalities there. What do you think dancers should be doing right now instead of getting frustrated? What do you recommend them to do?
I think this is a really good opportunity for dancers to take up a new style. Sometimes it can be very intimidating, especially for social dancers, to work on their technique and work on things that may be embarrassing for somebody who's like maybe more novice, beginner, intermediate, but like to focus on fundamental classes that you can take on Zoom. You don't have to have your camera on. You can take these classes and no one's going to be laughing at you, even though no one's really laughing at you. But in our heads, we're really, you know, we're nervous to try new things as adults, especially.
No, that's true.
To look silly. And so I think it's important that we try these things now, that we have the privacy of our living rooms or wherever it is that we're taking these classes. So take advantage of that 100%. I've been doing that too. And it's really wonderful.
Sound advice right there. You guys can see, even at your top levels, you still got to keep practicing. You still got to keep focused. Now, we actually have a video of this young lady dancing. She's basically won the solo competition a couple years back. We're going to show it to you so you can understand what I'm talking about. Particular moves and styles. A lot of classical training. So are you ready for that one? Because now we're integrating. Oh, video, E. Oh, Eric is here, by the way, guys. He's in the back. Boom. All right, E. Make sure you got the sound, baby. Let's do this. Sound on? No.
It's a little skippy.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, I'm on beat.
We're trying to do these new things, show artistic stuff, and we figured out we can show videos. So it's like, okay. But he's going to try to upload again to get the videos done. So other than keeping busy online with Zoom, and I'll be back, E. We're back. All right, let's see if we can do this. Is it laggy? Yeah, do it. I'm not gonna start right there. Okay. Yeah, that was not so good. No, actually, no, that
It's just so awkward.
cool, right? Like, it's not bad. You're like, what's the question for? Okay. We're gonna go ahead and rate that a 9 of 10.
Oh my.
Her turn, she lifted her back. Look. As you guys can see, Erica has vast training in different forms of dance. So I've taken ballet, so I know the moves she's doing, but she's integrated it into Latin dancing, which is really freaking cool. How did you get into all of that? Where did that come about?
Well, I've been dancing since I was like a child. I was 3, maybe. My mom's a professional dancer.
Yeah, your mom's a professional dancer?
My mom's a dancer. I grew up dancing with my mom from as long as I can remember. She was like teaching dance when I was in the belly. So I've just been dancing forever. I've always had a passion for it. I've always dreamed about being a good dancer. I always was in class. So
the person said my mom said her back hurt from watching that. Look at what. Put that comment again, E. That's so cute. It's one of your students.
Hi guys.
That's a good one. See, they know.
My back hurts actually physically from doing that. So.
And the style of integration, most people stick to one, but you're over here doing both, and adding those elements, which is very cool, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like in general, Latin dancing is such a fusion for everybody, and it's like it's such a beautiful thing. Having a social dance is. You can use all your strengths. You don't have to stick to a certain format. The technique obviously is there. You need to have bachata technique when you're doing bachata. You need to have salsa technique when you're doing salsa. But being able to express who I am instead of trying to be like someone else is really important to me when I'm choreographing.
That's wonderful. You've really taken what you've learned in the other dances, or I think someone called them the structured dances, and applied it into the Latin world. Again, the expression is great. You won that competition, and then did you place in another one? Did you win another one too?
I won the salsa solo as well.
Bam! So not only did she win bachata, she kills it. Good job, woman. That's wonderful.
I like to practice.
So now that, you know, like you were saying a little while ago, you know, you're not dancing as much and you're getting ready, like, what's the goal for the future to come? Are you going to travel anytime soon or anything like that?
Yeah, well, you know, I had a lot of amazing fun plans for 2020, as a lot of us did. But unfortunately, you know, everything got pushed. So I'm assuming 2021 is going to be super jam-packed and busy with amazing dance experiences and because everything got pushed. So I really hope to be traveling a lot next year, fingers crossed. But also I feel like everybody is going to be enjoying the things that we have in the LA community so much more. Like I'm excited to go to every event that we have here once it's safe to do so.
Hopefully, yeah. And again, that has been the root of the issues right now, is trying to get back to work. The businesses are obviously suffering. A lot of things are changing. Everyone's making personal decisions. Even I have to start making decisions now too. But coming up soon will be more congresses in the city. Do you even think they should be having congresses?
I mean, not in 2020. I feel like I would love to go to a congress. I'm just as much as the next. Just want to social dance and have a good time and perform. I have my dance company, which is like, it's been really hard to try to like express to them how like this is out of my control. And, you know, my typical dance season is like has performances and events, and like not being able to give them that experience has been really challenging as an instructor. Like, how do I even communicate that? Because it's out of my control. I would love for there to be congresses this year, but I would love for everybody to be safe, and I would love for people to not die of COVID.
Oh, snap. We don't want you to die.
I mean, I think that we could just, if we could all just stick it out, not stop social dancing in your little private backyard parties and just, wait a little bit longer, that would be great.
Well, those are the number one spreaders of things, and that's one thing we're going to discuss a little. I'm going to get a little more into kind of going to go on a little rant because I read so much today. And
you love a good rant. You love a good rant.
I know, because I read too much. It's so disappointing.
Okay.
Because a lot of the stuff that you're getting these problems from, and it's not even salsa dancing. It's just regular family parties and stuff. And they're just a lot of people are doing them. Bars are the next big hot issue, which leads into the club life for us. How are we going to get back into it? And you go to studios and fitness centers, all of those precautions. How do you feel about masks? What is your thoughts about that?
I love a mask. I feel like girls are probably loving the mask life right now because what's makeup? Like, I barely wear makeup. It's great. It's like
style.
All I gotta worry about. When it comes to like exercising in my mask, like I've gone on hikes, I've gone walking and stuff, and it can get a little brutal.
Right.
So that'll be an interesting transition. But I've danced in high altitude. It feels like the same.
Oh, really? Explain that. Like in Colorado or something? Or?
Colorado, Mexico City.
Ah.
It's high up there, and it feels like you're wearing a mask over your face. So I'm like, oh, this is kind of like training me for high altitude.
Yeah, that's very true. High altitude is very, very true. And they developed these masks for high altitude training, which are very
I have it.
You have one of those? No way. I want to get one. The gym is the hardest place to go to right now mentally because you just want to get your workout in, be healthy. But then there's so many people.
I haven't gone to the gym. How was that experience?
Nerve-wracking because it's cool, and then you see them all wearing their mask, and then boom, and they just get really comfortable, and it starts to slide down. The story I shared last week was the guy at LA Fitness. They just have a person who is his only job is to go disinfect everything. This gentleman got pissed, and he didn't speak English. He speak his Spanish, and talking to this other girl. Another girl was not being loud. I looked at the guy, and I was like, nobody's listening to you, man. Go to the loudspeaker. So that in itself is very nerve-wracking. So I can only imagine.
At the gym can be shady even when it's not COVID. I'm like, I don't want to touch that.
Yeah, that's very true.
Why didn't there sweaty t-shirts on that?
You can get a basic flu, right? Think it's COVID.
Yeah. The gym is a dirty place, period. It really is. Well, it depends on what gym you go to. If you go to Equinox, you're lucky and give me a guest pass. But
okay. They take care of it like that. It's more of a privatized gym. I've never actually been to Equinox.
Equinox is gorgeous.
Oh, wow. Okay. Check that out, people. Shameless plug. Equinox. Make sure you check them out. So, Emotion Dance Company is your dance company. They do really well in the city. I know your girls are listening right now. So what can you tell them? Give them some words of encouragement because people are honestly getting, pandemic fatigue. They want to go back out there. They want to go back to studios. What should they be expecting from you?
Well, I think for me, with my company, it's been as unfortunate as it's been that things are not as planned. I think life is all about adjustment. Life is all about being creative and innovative when things don't go your way. And so in this situation, I'm having to, as an instructor and as a dance professional, think about how can I keep people engaged. So like for my students, obviously we're going to start going back to the studio little by little, but the social distance is going to be different. I'm going to integrate doing, instead of shows, we're going to do some video content. So instead of doing a traditional performance, we're going to do performance via video, and that will be
wow
format. Yeah. So that way I can just try to, there's so many levels of being a performer. It's not just standing on a stage in front of a bunch of people at an event. It's being able to turn it on when it's super hard. And so
wait, that was a good one. Hold on. Not just standing in front of a stage.
It's not. It's really, yes. Get out of
the way, bro. Did you hear that one? Damn. Okay, so we have your advertising up right here, guys. As you can see, she has 4-week classes. All right, sorry, guys. I'm looking at the computer because I'm reading from it. Yeah. She has typically stretch and strength, salsa fundamentals, and bachata fundamentals. All these courses are online. They're progressive. They keep going. Make sure you guys check that out. Look at her pages. We're gonna do our best to help keep promoting people to do this. But again, Erica has done a really good job online, very active on Instagram and everything else. I don't know if anyone has any questions. Let me see. No? Apparently everyone thinks I'm cute right now. Thank you, Ro. So,
yeah. Stunning, absolutely stunning.
But that's awesome. You know what? Well, we're basically have to wrap up because we're going to start up right now with our little news section. But to final everything off, what are your expectations for 221? Huh? You said you're going to travel, you're going to do a bunch of things. What are you planning on?
221 is going to be the best year of my life. It's going to be the best year of your life. We're going to have the best performances. We're going to spend time with people we love. We're going to party. We're going to have fun. And we're going to be in the best shape ever. And we're going to kill it. That's all I'm going to say.
That's so wonderful. That's so wonderful. And again, we have to be optimistic for what's going on. As you can see, Miss Erica Reyna has strong opinions about these house parties, and I completely agree with her.
Cut it out.
Cut that shit out. Listen to this kind of stuff.
I mean, I'm not getting invited. I would like to be invited so that I could at least say no. I'm not getting invited, but I see that they're happening.
At least include me so I can say no.
Yeah, at least include me so we can have a conversation about it.
That's so funny. So when you go back to the studio, are you gonna go back to Soho in is it Westminster, I believe, or?
Yeah, so I'm at Soho primarily at the location in West LA. It's a huge space, so everyone's gonna be like 10 feet apart.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, Raul Santiago was our very first guest. I hope everything is going well for him right now. And I know you've been a part of that studio and everyone. That whole studio has a lot of love, and I wish you guys the best and everything going forward. But you got to keep killing it, doing what you're doing. You know, a lot of the ladies are online right now. They're totally supporting your game and what you've done and everything you've done for this scene. So really have to commend you for that. So close us out, girl. Give us your big final woo, woo.
Woo, woo, woo. Okay, so anybody who's interested in taking it back to your fundamentals, if you're like, the first 2 months of quarantine, all I did was watch Tiger King and eat and drink wine, then you need to come to me, you need to message me on Instagram, and I'm going to send you up for your These courses are going to get you back into the shape you need to be in so you can look as best as possible, okay? And this is for everybody. Every single dancer, it doesn't matter what level you are, needs to be training in your fundamentals because that's what makes you look next level. It's not all your little tiki-tiki-tees, okay? It's all about the body movement. And then also, if you want to be in better shape, you want to be more flexible, you want to be stronger, you're like, how can I do that trick one day? That's never going to happen for me. Yes, it will. You need to strengthen and you need to stretch it out.
Boom! Oh, damn. You made me laugh so hard right now. Really appreciate I needed that laughter right now. That was so funny because now we're going to move into our current event sections. But I want to thank you for coming on to the show. I hope everything goes well with you. And maybe we'll touch base with you in like a month or so, see how everything's going. But again, guys, it's Erica Reyna. Thank you so much, Erica.
Diva out. What is that?
Diva, bye-bye.
Bye.
That was a good one. All right. Very wonderful person. Great attitude. Great performer. Great trainer. Great hustler. She has really put herself out there and made it happen. Emotion Dance Company is a wonderful company. But we're going to change subjects now. Going to this new thing called current events. Hashtag me, E. Current events. Now, we created COVID sessions one reason. Because COVID ruined a lot of lives. A lot of people are basically stuck at home, 40 million to be exact, or filed for unemployment. A lot of things are going down. Two current event topics we're going to talk about today. One, the political realm. Now, we're going to discuss this first because the second one is at home. Now, we all know we got to do something, and I'm an avid anti-supporter of the administration. Why? Because quite frankly, they suck. Why do they suck? Because they're not doing nothing. We have no national testing, no national tracing, squat. Really think about that. President of the United States is supposed to be a leader, not a penny-passing nickel passer. That is what he's doing. That is basically what's going on. And most people don't want to admit that he is actively supporting racism and basically only going after a certain base, which is conservative white Christians. Now, recent events happened today. This man has a Twitter, which I can't even fathom the fuck why he has a Twitter. He shouldn't be doing that, but guess what? He stupidly posts a lot of things that are revealing basically his administration and what it is and who supports him. Now, I know people want to say it's not Trump's fault, but guess what? If you're supporting racism, does that make you racist? Who knows? Look at the greatest article. If you guys didn't see this online, they were basically in a place called Village, Florida. I believe that's what it's called, or Village. Is it Village, Florida? That's the name of the city? There it is. Seniors, the villages. Basically, there it is. Look, seniors from the villages in Florida. Can you play the video, Ian?
Give me 1 second.
Okay, he's gonna bring the link back. But what basically happened is this: these people were riding along on their golf carts, and one of them yelled out, "White power!" Yeah.
Here we go. Okay,
You got it?
Where's your white hood? Where's your white hood? Racist! Yeah, you got it, you! White power! Yes, there you go, white power. You hear that?
Fuck Trump! Oh, would you step away?
And look, that's anti-Trump people there.
Oh, listen to your president if you want nasty language, you idiot.
Officer!
Get back in your car,
Get back
ass!
in your car, ass! I got a woman, dickwad. You big boy!
So terrible. So terrible. Back to me, please. Guys, that is not what we should be having in this country, the separation. It's not just white people who don't like Trump. It's also white people who do like Trump. We also have Latinos who like Trump. We have Latinos who don't like Trump. That is sad. This man is preaching support for people like this while openly mocking other races. What did he say about Mexicans? We're all criminals and thieves, Muslims, bans, everything else. Sad reality is he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, couldn't handle this COVID situation, and now openly supporting racism. How the hell do we get rid of this? Voting, swing states. Those have to matter. Point number 2, home for the city. What happened today? Eric posted up. Today, Governor Newsom has now called all bans on bars and night spots, as specifically as the article said, night spots. Who knows what that means specifically? It could be a night restaurant, but because of the rise of COVID, a bunch of places are closing. And watch what it feels like now with all the fireworks and all the explosion and invisible enemies, like we're in a fucking war. So if you guys have been hearing those explosions for 4th of July. But
any bars and nightclubs?
yes, 7 counties were, excuse me, initially on the list. Now he's adding 8 more to be warned. So now, guys, why does this affect us? Because like we were speaking about earlier, people are doing home events. These bars are packed, no mask. It's just terrible. It's escalating the problem. It's making things worse. What are we going to do about this? Who knows? Everyone has a personal responsibility to all this, but everyone has to be aware that this is going on. So from now on, Los Angeles' bars and small places like little night spots are officially closed. We're basically going to go back to stay-at-home orders. I'm predicting it to be a little bit more worse as cases is just rising. I'm going to try to bring us a nurse from an actual ER COVID facility. Yes, working on that. Hopefully, I'm able to get her to come onto the show for her to explain to us her daily life of mask wearing, helping people with this disease. It's been something that's amazing when I see her page online. I'm dumbfounded by it. She said, yes, we're going to schedule this, so we're bringing more of that. There's our current events. Anything else that's popping up tomorrow, we'll bring that up. But we'll see you then. COVID's out for us Sunday. Y'all have a good one. Peace.